Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the students' executive body is often placed as a political committee that is a subject of contention. All matters related to the implementation of this national celebration have been regulated in the Act number 7 of 2017 concerning general election, namely regarding the prohibition of using academic space as a place for campaigning, as stated in Pasal 280, paragraph 1, letter H, which reads, executor, participants, and election campaign teams are prohibited from using government facilities, place of worship, and place of education. Student executive body is only allowed to understand the theories and mitigate the sanction from the campus life normalization policy or student coordinating board are also fairly severe for students who violate it. Any student who dares to violate it will be immediately expelled from the campus. Students' executive bodies who wish to conduct a discussion must go through strict permission and control from the dean to director. This burdensome rule makes students more reluctant to think critically. The tradition of the discussion on campus began to be abandoned. Therefore, I agree with the House would ban student executive body in Indonesia from expressing their political view that do not correlate with the tertiary education. Students' executive bodies should not be directly involved in the practical politics. The reason is campuses must be clean from campaign activity or practical politics. Thus, all forms of political activity packaged in any form are not permitted. This is related to the existence of a number of universities through the student executive body, especially private universities which take advantage of the moment to raise funds. One of them can come from a political party. Students' executive bodies are often potential targets for political party administrator. The presence of political party administration on campus is clearly trying to gain sympathy from students to vote for that political party or a particular presidential candidate. Therefore, the campus strictly forbids any practical political activity in educational institution. Campaign activities on campus do not set a good example for student executive body. The election law related to politics also prohibits campaign on campus. Therefore, on campus, a distinction should be made between political education and practical politics. Restriction on access to political campaign to several places as stated in the Act number 7 of 2017, Article 218, paragraph 1, letter H, show that the existence of political activity must be separated from various affairs, including the performance of government officials' spiritual activities and study rooms. If campaign activities were legalized on campus, especially in the students' executive body, it would be very possible for many political parties or candidate supporters to openly use campus supporters to openly use campus facilities to persuade students. Its function as a study room will also turn into a campaign room. The intervention of political view and choices will also interfere with the existing education curriculum and learning system. For example, we can see from the story from Prime Minister Tanaka from Japan, who came to Indonesia in 1978. His visit was to discuss foreign investment and expansion of global capitalism in Indonesia. The students who were involved in the student movement also rebelled. The movement led by Hariman Siregar asked Suharto not to sign the agreement. Unfortunately, Suharto refused and a riot ensues. As a result, the second president of Republic of Indonesia was angry. He immediately ordered a military apparatus to crush the student movement. As a result, dozens of the students died, while dozens of others were injured and rushed to the hospital. The incident itself is known as the Malari incident. Suharto's fear of the student movement made him ask Daud to make a new policy in the world of education. He asked students not to interfere and criticize government policies. As a result, the policy of normalization of campus life of student coordination board was issued, namely banned students' executive body in Indonesia from expressing their political views that do not correlate with their tertiary education. So the House would ban students' executive body in Indonesia from expressing their political view that do not correlate with the tertiary education is the right policy. Students' executive bodies should not be directly involved in partial politics. Student executive bodies is only allowed to understand the theories. If campaign activities were legalized on campus, especially in the student executive body, it would be very possible for many political party or candidate supporters to openly use campus facility to persuade students. Its function as a study room will also turn into a campaign room. The intervention of political views and choices will also interfere with the existing education curriculum and learning system. That's all. Thank you.